1, 2, 3, 4.
Good morning, my brothers and sisters. On this, the 10th and first double-digit episode of 2021 for the Good Morning Guys podcast, a number 131, a.k.a. one of our palindrome episodes and our first joiner-driven episode in forever and a day. Thank you so much for joining us.
So much confusion in everything you just said.
Why? Why is it so confusing?
What is a
Do the
palindrome?
math.
Is that like when it goes back and forth?
Yeah, you can read it forwards and backwards.
3, 1.
I thought that was alliteration.
Like Taco Cat.
Exactly.
Race car.
Perfect. Yeah. All those things. I think this is the earliest you guys have ever interrupted the intro. Thank you for that.
Well,
I'm so sad
like
Ronnie's not here to be a part of it.
Accepted.
Well,
Yeah.
it's like this is the 10th episode and the first of the palindromes and 131 like
In forever
See,
and
you
a
sound
day.
confused. I was not confused. I knew exactly what I was getting myself into. But thank you for that.
What are we getting
Appreciate
ourselves
it.
into?
Well, let me tell you
Okay.
after I tell other people this. Now I sound confused. All right.
you're welcome.
Back on track.
Thank you so much for joining us, you fine joiners, on this fine morning, afternoon, evening, or night, as we continue discussing the game of life amidst the other games we love to watch and to play. I am one of your 4 hosts, the proud father of a super nerd and the transition digital wheel spinner, Lucas Ham Swisher. Also with me, the judge, jury, and executioner of the WWF, WWE, WCW, WCCW, NCO, AWA, AAPW, APW, ECW, and 3D, aka the Dudley Death Drop, just to name a few. Patrick Novosel.
That's all you could come up with?
It's all I cared to fit.
Jeez, do you even
into,
know me?
I didn't want to
Do
keep
you
going.
even know me?
On his left and my right, the spirit of the Rockin' Legan, it sounds like I was speaking German. Rockin' Legan.
Is it Rocket League?
Yeah, it's a Rocket Legan. The Rocket Legan beast of the East who can backhand Diablo in 3 slaps or less, Ronnie Johantis, who is not here with us tonight, but I still wanted to introduce him. Hi. And then the final member of the GMG Quadfecta, who's got the ocarina on his lips. Ocarina. I always want to say ocarina.
Sounds like something you put
Ocarina.
on your salad. Hey,
Yeah.
can I get the ocarina on here?
Get the ocarina dressing. Oh, it's my favorite.
Fried Ocarina.
The ocarina on his lips. Old school OG Pokemon on his brain. Pokemon? What's wrong with me? I can't pronounce anything. Pokemans. And maybe, just maybe, some La Carreta in his old stomago. Marc Boucher.
Good evening.
I think
To you all.
I think we broke him. Mark. Lucas is just all out of
did.
sorts this morning.
I'm all out of the sorts. It's the sorts. I've lost all the sorts. They're like
The
strewn
sorts are not
all
even
over.
in your
It
vicinity
is
right now.
unsorted.
Nope.
It's
They're
chaos.
a dot to me. A bunch of sort dots. All right. With that being said, Mark, since you're part of the reason that I've lost all my sorts, why don't you start us out with a good old what's new news? What is up with you, my brother?
Nothing too crazy. I did.
Well, then
just
we're going to move on to Patrick. We only want
Well,
crazy stuff.
nothing too
This
crazy
is
over
great.
here. So
Now you sounded like, well,
Still-
they're nothing too crazy, partner. Like a little bit of,
Okay, I'm not John Wayne.
hiya. Hey, what are you doing, partner? It's getting crazy. All right, go
you
ahead.
sound
Mark.
like Brian Regan right there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm mixing up my impersonations all over
I
the
lost
place.
him in the sun.
The big yellow one is the sun.
Hi ho there,
But Mark, yeah.
Marcus
Your
Boucher.
turn.
How are you doing, buddy?
Hi ho, Kermit the Frog.
Hi ho there. Yep.
Okay. So nothing too crazy going on, but some little things happened on the life front. A few weeks ago, I talked to you guys, I think, about just some of my health concerns, and some of the chest pains and things that I was dealing with. Well, I finally got to see a cardiologist on
Good.
Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
and got to talk to him about what's going on. And I will be having a stress test and an echocardiogram done, which is basically, taking pictures, like it's almost like an ultrasound for the heart, I guess.
Yeah.
Hence the echocardiogram. Yeah, I'll be doing the stress test and the echocardiogram on the 17th, and doing several little things. And so we're moving in the right direction of trying to find an answer, trying to figure out what's going on and what I can do to change things. I'm just trying to do the best that I can, health-wise, trying to eat better and things like that. I've been a little hesitant to do exercises because I don't want to egg anything on.
Sure. Yeah.
Before we figure out what's going on, but the cardiologist actually cleared me to do some light exercises, which I didn't actually end up getting from him. So
what does that mean? Like, you're like flipping the light switch and turning on
I'm
the
good at
nightstand light.
I'm the
Checking on the
master
rotary
switch flipper.
girders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Doc,
That's
I'm
true.
doing some light exercises. Look at me
Yep.
now. 13
stretching
pounds
the fingers.
lost.
Light on,
Stretching the
light
fingers.
off. Look at that. I mean, surely you can go on a little brisk walk with Cisco and your lady.
Yes,
Yeah.
That's a good thing to do.
that
I
is.
mean, that's good at any age, any
that is the
condition.
thing. Cool.
So I've heard.
But yeah, so just doing some little things to try to up the health quality. But I mean, that was the only major thing. Well, no, I take that back. We celebrated my brother-in-law's birthday on Saturday night.
Happy birthday, brother-in-law Boucher.
Yep, Kevin the Second. We
Ooh,
actually
that's
celebrated.
fancy.
Well, we celebrated Kevin the Third's birthday party. His son.
You got royalty
Saturday.
over there.
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, they're just keeping the line up of Kevin Anthony. So, but yeah, so his son's birthday was on Monday, the 1st, and his birthday is on the 3rd. So we ended up having
Wait,
an actual...
is he? Who's Kevin the Third? Kevin the Third was not born on the 3rd.
No,
Or is that...
Kevin the 3rd was born on the 1st. Kevin the
Oh.
2nd was born on the 3rd.
This is
That's
confusing.
very confusing. Yeah. And then Kevin the Fourth was born on a Tuesday
There is no Kevin
in
the 4th.
December. Oh, right, not yet. I was
Not yet.
predicting the future.
Okay.
You heard it here, folks. First on the
Projecting
Palindrome
the
episode.
future.
Yep, when it happens, you can quote me. Take it to the bank.
Yes, we'll come back to this
What if-
podcast
what
from
if you-
2021.
What if you took it to the bank? You're like, hey, can I cash this? Like, what is
Yeah.
this?
I
They're like,
predicted
no,
this.
get out.
How much
You
can I get
receive
for
no
this?
money.
But anyway, so yeah, we celebrated his birthday with a sort of an outdoor type birthday party where they had like, I mean, it's still pretty cool, like cold around here. So they had like an outdoor kerosene heater and things like that, and they also had a fire pit going and stuff like that. And we were just
Cool.
hanging out.
Yeah.
Had good food and stuff like that. So it was a great time, absolutely. And then yes, of course, we had La Coretta. But that was the next night, not like we had the party and then went to La Coretta. But
Which would be perfectly fine. It would not be.
yeah,
frowned
that's
upon.
just a lot of food intake. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much on the life front. That's pretty much everything going on. On the gaming front, however, jumped into our March GMG Got 'em. Finally got started
Yeah.
with Legend
Broke
of
up.
Zelda.
Broke out that Ocarina.
Yeah, that fried
Yeah.
Ocarina, yep.
Hot fried Ocarina. Love it.
But
Hey!
yeah, jumped into, yeah. Hello!
Ocarina. Hey, it's good.
Watch out! But yeah, broke into that on Friday and Saturday night. I'm about 5 hours in now. I've basically hit what I think is the turning point of the game. It's kind of the hinge point. And now this is like a 23-year-old game, so I really don't think this is much of a spoiler. When Link pulls the Master Sword from the stone,
that's
and
right.
travels
that's
in
where
time,
the magic is.
7 years. That's where the game really opens up.
I mean, he skipped his puberty.
Yep.
He just automatically went right to it. He was like, "Hey, I'm an adult now."
Didn't have to deal with acne or anything like that.
Nope,
Just
lucky
went
bum.
straight to adult. But I'm enjoying being back in the world. The controls are obviously a little on the clunky side, given that this game came out in 1998. And compared to what we have today, like trying to navigate the camera and trying to put Link in the exact spot you want him to be in sometimes is a little bit of a headache. But otherwise, I think the game holds up okay. I mean, you have to think about it and set aside from your mind that yes, it's a Nintendo 64 game. So this was like early days of 3D, like actual 3D assets. And so everything looks jaggedy and polygonal. But in spite of all of that, I think this is kind of the higher end of that. But still a lot of fun to go through. A lot of fun to go through the puzzles and things like that, and deal with the combat and all that kind of stuff. So I'm having a lot of fun with it, and we're gonna keep going. Especially now that we've turned that corner, and there's a lot of cool items and dungeons that are part of more on adult Link side than there is on child Link. So I'm looking forward to it for sure. Trying to keep going with the game.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So surprisingly, I haven't played any Apex this week. Really, well, I did.
What?
I think I maybe got on once, but that's way less than usual. But obviously, that's going to change as of recording. It's tomorrow night. I'll be playing Apex on the Switch as it hits the old Nintendo Switch tomorrow night.
Yeah, getting to those nice green lobbies.
Yep. Although, like, I have some issues with how the Switch works in terms of listening to game audio and party chat and stuff, because it's very complicated compared to other things, especially when it comes to streaming. And trying to capture the audio. Some of the Switch designs are kind of stupid, in my opinion, but we're gonna do the best we can.
Yeah,
and I think it'll be good. And I really want to try it in handheld mode just to see how well it works.
Sure.
But I'll be eager to try that. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much my week. Patrick.
Sweet.
Hi.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah. So yeah, this past week, my wife's birthday was this past weekend.
Happy belated birthday, Mel!
Yeah, Mel. Happy belated birthday from the GMG guys.
So
That's redundant, but I'll say it anyways.
So we went all out. We went out to a restaurant, which is what we haven't done in forever.
Crazy.
So we went to PF Chang's. The only reason we went there is because there was like
so jealous.
There was like a 7-layer cake that she's been craving. And
that sounds magical.
So she's on like a calorie diet. She makes sure she only has so many calories a day, and it's working. She's lost shoot, I should know this, but she's lost over 10 pounds. She might have lost like maybe 13 or 14 now. She feels so much better, and she's doing a great job at keeping the calories. But I think it's like maybe she does like 1,300 calories a day, somewhere around there. This cake alone was 1,700 calories.
Woo! Yeah.
So yeah, she didn't eat it all at once. She ate it over like 3 different times because she wanted to keep her calories. But yeah, it was nice. We got a booth, and it was just Clark, Mel, and I. Claire was having a sleepover with her cousins, And so Mel and I were on the ends of the booth. It was like one of those like U-shaped booths. So Clark had almost the entire booth to himself on the inside, and he was just going back and forth and just hopping back and forth. And yeah, he was having a great time.
Spinning on his knees.
So yeah, had did that, and then that's basically pretty much all on the life front. On the gaming front, played some Minecraft Dungeons. There was a new update with that. And
cool.
Clark and I jumped into that, and I haven't played really in a while. There's been a few updates, and Clark's played it with his cousin, but I haven't really played it. But so there was a new one, and I think the updates are like $5. So I was like, yeah, sure, let's go ahead and get it. And things have changed in this game. So when I started this game, there were 2 vendors at home camp. There are now 7 vendors at home camp. You can like gift items. You can upgrade. You can trade your items into a blacksmith to upgrade them. It is insane how many different things they've added. They've added daily challenges, like 3 different daily challenges on all. I think there's 4 worlds now. There's only 1 world when it started. So Clark and I have been having a really good time with that this past week. Played a little Apex. Played Fortnite last night with Tim Pollen and Spencer, and we ended up getting a win. So I was like, all right, I can wash my hands of this and go back to Apex. Because hey Mark, am I correct in saying there's an update to Apex this week?
There is. We start the new LTM with the town. Well, it's not. Yeah, I guess it is. There is an LTM.
Yeah.
But there's a town takeover with Caustic tomorrow.
That's right.
There's some sort of special mode. I haven't looked at the specifics of it, but there's
for those that are not Apex nerds, what's an LTM?
A limited time mode. They like to do different things to change up. The battle royale scheme of it.
That's a good idea.
Just to lighten, freshen
spice
things
it up a bit.
Yeah,
it's all good.
I like the LTMs. It just adds a new layer to the fun. You know, sometimes when there's LTMs, I'm like, I don't care about winning. I just want to go check this new place out.
Yeah. And town takeovers are basically they change a part of the map and theme it around one of the specific characters, which the one this time is the character Caustic.
And he throws gas traps, so like it's a gas themed part of the town.
Stinky.
Yeah.
So so that's gonna be pretty fun. So I'm gonna jump into that this week.
Will there be any plop jokes or anything like that, or is that the wrong kind of gas?
That's the wrong kind of gas.
It's the wrong kind of gas, but it's also the appropriate type of gas.
Fair enough.
I was going to tell you, Pat. I know this kind of defeats the purpose because you kind of already have it. But did you see that they're making Minecraft Dungeons into an arcade cabinet?
No.
Yeah, they've actually.
That's cool.
You can buy an arcade cabinet of Minecraft Dungeons.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
So I know that's not as big of a deal because you guys already have it on the Switch, but
no.
Still.
We have it on the Xbox since it was on.
Oh, you have an Xbox?
Yeah,
okay.
it was on.
Don't give Clark ideas. Clark, if you're listening, Mark is just joking. That's not available to anyone anymore. They sold out.
He wants to get Minecraft Dungeons on the Switch. I'm like, buddy, we got all these DLCs on the Xbox. And if it was like cross progression kind of thing, then let's go ahead and get it on Switch. But
is it on Game Pass?
I think so.
Okay.
That's how we started playing it.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, and then we just bought the DLCs.
I couldn't remember if that was how it was.
Yeah. Switching over back to the life front, I totally forgot. So this past week, Clark and Claire, the whole elementary school, you were supposed to dress up as your favorite book character.
I saw pictures of this.
And Claire is Hermione from Harry Potter.
Nice.
And she did a pretty good job. It was just what she had in her closet, and she drew like a Gryffindor symbol and put it on her shirt, and she looked like Hermione. She crimped her hair and everything, so she was legit.
Nice.
And Clark was like, I want to be a baseball player. I'm like, well, it's not really a book character. He's like, well, I'm going to be Mario. I'm like, well, it's not really a book character, but I guess there's Mario books. So
Yeah, there's Mario comic books.
yeah,
and
let's
stuff.
let's just go with that. Just be Mario. And so fine, whatever. He loves Mario, and it's what he's got. So he went to school as Mario, and they had an activity of around your character of and so they did that. And then there was another day was dress up as your favorite sport, and he dressed up as a baseball player. And they had another activity to where it was like centered around what you wanted to be when you grew up. And he wanted to be a baseball player, which is strange because he doesn't really like baseball. So I don't know what was going on in his mind.
Just changing it up.
Yeah, I don't think he understood.
Being a child,
Yes.
and you don't actually know what you want.
Yeah. So they did an activity about what you dressed up as, and he comes home with it, and on it he's like, what? The question is, what do you want to be when you grow up? And he puts train conductor. And I'm like, what in the world? You're dressed up as a baseball player because that's what you want to be when you grow up. But he changed it up. He's like, I don't want to be this. I want to be a train conductor. So we had a good laugh about that.
If he's like my kids, for the longest time, they were like, well, these are the 4 jobs I'm going to do when I grow up. And it's like, movie star, architect, constructor, and animal doctor. And it's like, yeah, sure.
Clark has always
you can
been
do
like
all those
that.
things.
I think he was in preschool and they did this like, what do you want to be grow up? And he said he wanted to be a dishwasher.
That's
what you want to be when you grow up.
That's needed. You need people to wash dishes.
Low bar. I guarantee you can do that at home.
I do that at home.
The last thing I want to talk about is I watched this Hulu show called Kings of Pain. And it was like recommended.
Sounds like a
me.
WrestleMania wrestling show.
I didn't know. I didn't know what it was.
Is that what it is?
I know. So it was like Kings of Pain was recommended, and I was like, Kings of Pain. That title alone.
Recommended. They know you.
That title alone was like it caught my eye. So I turned it on, and it is these 2 guys. One is like his name's Caveman Rob something. And then he's just like an American dude. He kind of looks like Isaac from the Infinity Bros podcast.
All right.
He wears like the backwards hat and with the clasp, and he's got a beard. Just like there's times when he does look like him. There's times when he doesn't. But he does mannerisms like Isaac does. So it kind of reminded me of him. And then the second guy, he's like an Australian dude. They go around the world. And they are looking for the worst stings and the worst bites from animals and insects and arachnids from around the world. So
now wait, are they looking for like people that have been bitten, or are they trying to experience it themselves?
Trying to get bitten?
So there was this guy back in the 70s. He had wrote a book about the worst stings. And he put himself in harm's way to find out what the pain index is from all these different insects and things like that. So these guys are doing the same thing, awful. And they're doing it for science. So they're getting stung by things called the warrior wasp. They're getting bit by harvester ants. They're getting bit by tarantulas. They're getting bit by piranhas.
Oh my gosh!
Like the West Nile iguana or something like this, like the biggest lizard there is on the face of the earth. It is just like insane. Like, and
what is wrong with these guys?
So they have a crew. They have a medic. They have a doctor there with them, like a venom specialist and things like that, because they want to make sure that they don't die. There was they found like a beetle.
Call.
Yeah, they found a beetle that on its mouth is like a dagger. It's like It's like a sword, and it pretty much it puts the sword in its victim, and releases the venom. The venom then liquefies the inside of its victim, and then it drinks its victim. And this beetle can give you like some sort of disease like leprosy. Like these things are like real. It's not confirmed. They couldn't confirm it, but it was a possibility. But they still did it anyways. and they would rate the sting or the bite on a 30-point scale between 3 different categories. And each category they rated from 1 to 10. One of them was the duration of the sting, the intensity of the sting or bite, and then the damage it caused. So if it left a welt, or if it left scars, or if it caused blisters, or if it took, or if it just like was, I don't know, life-threatening or something like that. So they would do that, and it was insane. There was they found like a little ant-sized beetle. It was probably maybe an inch long, maybe not even an inch long, and inside this bug was like acid. Inside the bug was acid, and they like squashed it on their arms. Yeah. So like they would take turns. One would get stung, the other one would like grab tweezers and put it on the person's arm or leg, whatever they were gonna do, and then they would go through the pain, go through like recovery and things like that, and then after that, they would turn it around and the other guy would sting that person, and it was just like they would do like two bites or 2 stings an episode. I think there was like maybe 8 episodes, and they're like 35 minutes long, so they weren't very long at all. And my daughter, she was like, yeah, I don't want to watch this. And Clark would like put the covers over his eyes. He's like, I don't want to watch this. And then after about an episode and a half, he's like, why are they doing this? What is...
That's a good question, Clark.
These guys are idiots. I'm like, yeah, buddy, I don't know why they're doing it. They're doing it for science, and that never got through to him. It hasn't gotten through to me. Like, geez, this is ridiculous.
Son, let me talk to you about the stupidity of humankind.
But after an episode and a half, he was hooked. And Clark is a guy who just like jumps off the walls all the time. This show made him sit still because he was so interested in this. And yeah, so they go on, like the last episode, they have a reticulated python, which is the longest snake in the world. It's like 30 feet long, and they got bit by it. There's like 100 teeth inside this snake's mouth, and they bit them and caused like a whole bunch of damage. It looked like someone had just taken a cheese grater and just like sliced them open, and they had to get stitches. And that was the last episode. And they were like, should we continue to do this? And I'm like, no, you don't need to do this. There's no reason.
You should have stopped at day 1.
But if there's season 2, I'm going to watch it.
It's like staring at a car accident.
Yeah. So like I think the last episode was in January of 2020, and I think they were going to do season 2, but like the whole pandemic happened, and international travel was kind of hard to do.
Yeah.
So they're waiting for that to come back, and so they can travel again. But yeah, that was a really, really cool show.
I think I'm out on that one.
If Ronnie was here, Ronnie would probably be all over it.
Oh, absolutely.
Probably.
Yeah. So
I'm mildly interested, but given I don't really watch TV by myself, I'd rather play video games. I probably won't watch it, and my wife definitely will not be interested, really.
Well, I'm like in like a lull right now in video games. Like I don't have any story-driven type of games going on right now. So like I have my WWE, I have my Apex, I can just flip that on. So I'm like in a video game lull, kind of like waiting for the next story-driven game that's going to keep my interest. And I think that's why I've been watching some movies and TV this past week.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But yeah, that's about it for me, Lucas.
All right.
Man?
So on the life front, been actually doing a little bit of house hunting, and this is probably our second go round. We probably back in October of last year, beginning of November, we were doing a little bit of house hunting and checking out some places, trying to find a place we could move during the beginning of the holidays in December, but that didn't work out. So we took a break for the holidays, and then probably the end of January or so, we started looking at houses again. And it's been a bit of a challenge. There's definitely been some ups and downs. A week or two ago, I don't remember exactly how long ago, but we found a house that was pretty much perfect. Like, we have a pretty long list of the things that we want. We're looking to rent, because as a missionary, it's really hard and like really difficult to purchase a home, because you just don't have a lot of capital going your way, because most of your funding, most of your resources coming in are meant for ministry, and it's, at least with our organization, our church organization, it's not allowed. You're not allowed to buy a house as a missionary, so we can only rent. So we're looking at things from that perspective, and we have I'd say of all the times we've moved and to find a place, we have our longest list ever of the things we want, in part because we want to get a dog. And so we want to have a yard with grass. You know how hard it is to find grass around here. So,
I do.
Yeah, it's tough, but we found, we've actually seen a number of houses that have grass, and very surprising. But a couple weeks ago, we went to the house, and it was perfect. But it was probably like 10 to 15% above our like second highest, like maybe our highest maximum. Like, we had already had a max before, and then we notched on an extra 20% because we realized that most of the places that we wanted, to have all this different things for, it was going to be a little more expensive. So we upped our max, and then this one was like 10% above that.
Oh,
so we're like, all right, let's see if we can negotiate. And we barely breathed the word negotiate to the owner, and the owner's like, nope. No negotiation. It's that price or nothing. And just that morning, I had been doing some praying, writing in the journal, like little time with God, and being like, God, if this is not what you want us to do right now, if this is not the house that you want us to have, we really like it, but we want what you want. Let us know, and shut the door. And that was it. There was nothing we could do. He won't work with us whatsoever. And so we moved on from that. That was kind of hard. There was a little bit of mourning going on, because we walked through the house, and like every single one of us were like, this could be our home. Like, we could live here.
Yeah.
This would be a great place for ministry, great place for our family, a long-term home, etc. But it just, at least right now, it's just not looking to be the home. So since then, we've looked at a few places, and I don't know, it's really hard when you just, you know what you want, and it's not coming up exactly the way you want it. You know, there's places that are perfect for us to do ministry, to, do small groups, or have, work and witness or mission groups come and stay, with us, or do training and that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. Then there's other places where they don't really have that, but they have other things that we want. Some places don't have a yard. Some places don't have, much space in some areas. Some places, like, everything's perfect, and then you get in the kitchen and it's like a sink and walls, and that is the kitchen. They're like, yeah, you got to bring in the cabinet to yourself. It's like, what? That's a kitchen? Well, yeah, you can, there's a little notch there to plug in your gas, and, bring your own oven, and like, they don't have anything in it. It's literally just a sink.
It is also your bathroom.
Exactly. There's a little hole over here. But I mean, well, we went to one house where we were looking in the room, and all of a sudden I look over and I see the bat symbol, and it's like, I have discovered the bat cave. Except it was like a 2.5 foot by 2.5 foot like closet with a bat symbol in it. That was it. I was like, this is really weird. So it was like barely finished, barely, I think part of the floor was dirt. I was like, nah, I don't think so. So
you could plant some grass there.
Could plant some grass. The dog would really appreciate that. We can name him Bat Dog, or just name him Batman.
What's Batman's dog's name? Crypto? No, that's Superman.
No, that's Superman. You're getting
Batman's dog's name is Ace.
Ace.
There you go. We'll call him Ace. But overall, there's no huge rush. We're hoping at this point to move by June or July, because that's when the next month and a half school break is, and that would be the perfect time to move in and get settled in a new place. But
Yeah.
we're just still praying, still looking, and hoping for the best. But that's all that's really going on the life front. In the gaming front, time for a little bit of GMG Triple P with me, Pastor Hammy. For another week, I have earned no platinums.
Oh man.
It's kind of weird.
Dry spell.
Kind of weird, but it's self-inflicted because I've been living, eating, and breathing my own personal Apex Legends like multiplayer game with the old Rocket League.
Yeah, you have.
I cannot get enough of it. Funnily enough, I was reading my journal from last year, and during this time last year, my gaming plans for 2020 got unhinged because I was head over heels with playing Dead Cells.
Oh.
So yet again, another game is like just tossing me off the tracks, and I'm loving it. I don't really care.
March
Yeah.
fever.
That's right. It's that March fever. But I've been loving playing Rocket League. Been playing with Ryan Straube, as always, Chris the Canadian Rock, and even a little bit with old Patrick. We tried to do a tournament the other day and realized Patrick is a loser, and he could not join the tournament. So
Yeah, I didn't do the qualifiers. If I would have known, I would have tried.
I know. Well, you said you're in a dry spell, so if you want to do a little bit of qualifying over the next few days, just do a few competitive matches. You only have to do like 7 more, and you'll be ranked, and then you can do tournaments with me.
Okay. When
So,
do I need to have those
homework.
done by?
Today.
Well, maybe next week.
Womp, womp,
I'll
womp.
take it. Next week it is. It's a date. But besides those guys, the usual guys, the highlight of the week was honestly getting to finally play with Ronnie and Eric. I'm really sad that that Ronnie's not here. Eric's never been here, but hopefully he's listening. I love you, Eric.
Eric's technically been on the show.
He has. That's
Yeah,
true.
he has.
He was at our live show,
Yep.
He was at
number
our live show,
episode 42, I think it was.
Yeah.
Back in the old 2018? 2019.
June
Just kidding.
19th.
Woo! That seems like forever ago. Forever and a day ago.
Yeah.
But man, getting to play with Ronnie and Eric, I felt like a child amongst men. They are like rockets soaring across the sky. I've never seen people fly with so much gusto and professionalism. It was fun. It was a blast.
Butterfly in the sky.
Yeah. Just the way they're able to do aerial goals and just flying through the air, hitting the ball. Like, I played with them first this past Monday, and I think there was 1 or 2 matches where I got like 15 points. Like, that's like, usually if you're contributing, you get 200 to 300 points. I got 15 points, and I think I touched the ball like twice in a whole match.
You're like
the
there
ball's
goes,
just
and there
everywhere.
goes, and there it goes.
I was
Now
like,
you know how I feel.
yeah, I was like living Mark's life, and I was like, oh, this is something else. But it was so cool to see how amazing they were playing, and after a few matches, I got a little bit of a groove, and I was contributing, trying to do whatever it took to get the ball towards the goal so they could just hit it in. It was a lot of fun. And then I played with them later on in the week and actually held my own, and we had a lot of fun. We played also, got them to play some Rumble with me, because that's the other thing that I really got into this week was the Rumble mode. I can't remember if, Mark, you've played it much, but I think Patrick's played it with me a few times.
Yep.
And
I don't remember.
so it's like Mario Kart with items and then Rocket League.
Yeah, I did
so-
play that with you guys.
It's kind of weird that you get random ones, but it's very much like Mario Kart, because Mario Kart, you go over the little question marks and you have no idea what you're going to get. And so with this one, every once you use your item, after 10 seconds, you get a new one. And I really like that extra. I feel like it kind of evens the odds, because you can use the items to defend your goal. You can use it to gain advantage. And that's the only competitive one right now that I'm ranked higher than silver. I'm gold. And right now I'm like gold 2 out of 3. I'm like right on the edge of 3. And then after that is platinum. And during this past week, I was able to get 10 wins in gold through Rumble. And so I get like a gold season reward, which I've never done before, but I've heard is kind of cool. So I'll be getting some cool rewards. And I'm hoping to get up to platinum and then get 10 platinum wins and get the platinum reward, whatever that means. I have no idea. But
Yeah.
I like rewards and the cool little goal explosions and all that jazz. And with that, I'm also trying to accomplish some tasks like getting like 250 wins 100 saves. Right now I have like 20 out of 22 season challenges, and once you get 22 challenges done for the season, you get more rewards and such, more skins and things to deck out your car and make it look cool.
Nice.
So I'm excited about that. And then hopefully with Patrick, Ronnie, Eric, whoever will, hang out with me and play, we'll do some tournaments in the coming weeks. And I think the season ends at the end of March. And then who knows what the next season holds. All I'll say is this, is that it's possible I'm also going to invest in season 3, but that kind of depends on, what is their name? Psionics?
Yeah.
Did I pronounce that right? I blanked for a second. That all depends on you, Psionics. Are you going to bring back Gridiron mode? That's what I want to know.
They have got
Bring
to.
it back. You bring it back, I will drop the greenbacks for you. Bring it back. That is your challenge, Psionics. I know you're listening.
Baby, come back.
Yeah. Something free.
You know what else we've been playing?
With that, Rocket League. Yeah, what else have we been playing?
We were there too.
That's right, we were there too. We had our second session today.
Yeah, we did.
Let me tell you,
It
I am terrible at following directions.
It was just as bad as last time. It took us 45 minutes to get through that little puzzle.
Yeah, we got through, I think, 3 more sections. 2 of the sections were pretty straightforward. We figured it out. But, man, we got in one section, Mark, where I think you missed part of this because this was the last section during our stream. I was in a maze.
I was, jumping in and out.
Yeah, you were lurking. But I was in a maze, and it would, pop, the walls would pop up and down, and they would change depending on either if I was successful or where I was on the map. And Patrick had a bird's eye view of where I was, and he had to direct me of which way to go, because as soon as I left the home circle that I was on, I had to reach another circle that I couldn't see. I couldn't see where it was, and I couldn't see which. There were circles everywhere, and I didn't know which circle was the right one. And Patrick had to tell me, hey, turn right here, turn left here, hard right, 180 degrees. And at first, I was getting totally confused. And then I was like, okay, why don't you tell me everything I'm supposed to do, and then I'll do it. And so at first it was 2 lefts, and then I would get to the next one, and we'd be good. And then by the end, he was like, okay, you need to turn right, and then you make a hard left, and then go two
doors down.
Forks in the road,
Yeah.
2 doors down, then make a right, then make a left, and then 2 more rights and a left.
And then you go all the way on the other side of the circle.
Yeah, 80% of the way around the circle, and then you're going to go. And then at one point, he's like, okay, there's 4 circles. They're all inside of each other. You need to get to the second circle, then go to the 4th circle, and then go to the 3rd circle inside the second circle.
I was trying all different ways
what is happening?
to explain this.
So
and then you're just I'm just going to go, and you just tell me when to turn.
Yeah.
That still didn't work, because I would say, hey, turn left, you turn right. I'm like, oh.
That is correct. I
Your
maybe
other
get confused
left.
sometimes. I should have stuck my hand up and see which one makes the L with my hands, and that's the left. Yeah.
Oh,
Stupidly Epic Prime, he gave us the suggestion of just doing it live, and we're like, all right, we'll do it live. And it eventually worked. We eventually conquered it, but woo! That was a struggle sometimes. Mm-hmm. It was fun. Mm-hmm. Good times.
That's a fun game.
Yeah, for sure. The other one that I've been playing with a friend and just started today is a game you're now familiar with, Patrick. Old Diablo 3. Started playing that today with Chris the Rock.
Yeah?
And it's like riding a bike. I love me Diablo 3.
Nice.
I'm playing as the Crusader, the holy man, that's on a mission to cleanse his faith. And then Chris is playing the exact opposite, and a barbarian woman who pretty much just wears a fur bra and fur underwear. And I'm like, I don't know that I should be seen in public with you, Chris. That's very risque.
It's practical.
Yeah. It's very practical. It's invisible armor he has on. But yeah, so that's been fun. We just played through the first few missions this morning, and I think we started listening to the conversations that people were having with us, and eventually we're just pressing the buttons to get through and then you need to, and then it's just okay, where are we going next?
Yeah, just shut up.
What loot are we going to get? Yeah.
Give me the marker.
So we did watch the cutscenes, but that's about it. We don't listen to the people talk.
Oh my gosh, that's like me with Zelda, and there's this owl character
Oh,
that you
yes, I remember
encounter
the
at several
owl.
points, and you're like,
Yes.
"Shut up! Shut
You know
up!"
what's funny is I remember with the owl, if you mash the button to try to get through, you can go on an endless loop. You have
Yep.
to like make sure you press the correct
Yeah,
button.
you have to be really careful because if you keep pushing the button, you'll accidentally start it over again.
And he'll be like, "Well, let me tell you what I've told you 50 times." There's no way to get out. How do I kill you? All right. Yeah, and then the last thing, I got back into God of War because, of course, that's our GMG VG BCSC game for part of February and part of March.
Brown sugar cinnamon?
Yeah, that's right. You got it. The Good Morning Guys Video Game Book Club
Brown sugar cinnamon.
game, Brown Sugar Cinnamon. Brown Sugar Cinnamon. That's close. That actually is close. But I mention all those acronym letters because coming up here in a couple weeks, we're going to be having a spoiler cast. So
Yeah.
I got back in, started working on those collectibles, grabbing some loot, and fighting some Valkyries, dying a lot because I've forgotten all the controls, and I am almost 39 years old, and my brain is not as flexible as it used to be. So that's been a little bit of a struggle, but I've been getting through it. I've been using some trophy guides and video walkthroughs and stuff to help me. And so I'll be looking forward to talking about that with you guys and some guests, namely Chris the Rock and the old Tim Pollen, who's from what I hear, he's a big fan of bacon and a big fan of sandwiches with bacon on them.
Mm-hmm.
He sure is.
Did you hear that? Have you
Yeah.
heard that before?
Uh-huh.
In passing, yes.
Funnily enough, that's our topic for today: sandwiches.
Oh,
And
man. I
hope
thought you were going to say
you're ready.
bacon.
Buckle yourself in. No, we're doing bacon. We're saving bacon for when Tim's with us.
Part of the
That'll be like
conversation, though.
That'll be like a side conversation, side topic on the God of War spoiler cast.
No, we should have him
Favorite
guest.
types of bacon.
All right. I'm gonna throw this out. We're gonna have a bacon topic episode with Tim Pollen,
Agreed. All right, let's do it.
but not today.
As the Brazilians would say, fechado. That means closed. We're committed. Just go with it. Okay.
Okay.
Anyways, topic.
Yes,
Not
fechado.
bacon. Sandwiches. That's right, folks. We are talking about our top 5 sandwiches with a good dozen or 2 dozen honorable mentions. Sandwiches are the backbone of any great lunch or really any meal. I mean, like pizza, sandwiches can hold everything you need between 2 slices of bread, or bread shaped in a V, because it doesn't have to be 2 slices to be a sandwich, which we may or may not argue about when we get
Let's
there.
not argue. Let's just go with
not-
it. Or let's
I'm
not.
not
Let's
going
not the
there.
time or place for
There's
that.
bread, meat, everything's involved. Everything's really on the table for a sandwich. If you can hold it in some kind of bread cradle or holder basket, whether it's 2 pieces or
cradle.
1 piece in a shape like just a baby basket,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a
Okay.
sandwich.
All right.
Okay,
It's a grain
we're not going to go.
containment unit.
Yep, it just needs to hold it. You have to be able to, you can eat it with a fork and knife depending on how it's presented, but you really have to be able to eat it with your hands.
Wait.
I think,
Hold
for
on.
it to
You
be a
eat,
true
you
sandwich.
eat a sandwich with a fork and knife?
Open face sandwich. Have you ever
That's
had any
true.
of those?
Oh.
Open
true.
face sandwiches.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Those aren't my thing. Just put another piece of bread on it.
right. I understand. I mean, for the most part, it has to have its origins in something you can hold with your hands together. Like, yeah. But you can then have a derivative of that, like a development kind of evolution, as it were. So,
Yeah.
guys, let's just go ahead and jump into. We have a few top lists from our joiners. We have
Oh, okay.
some comments and such, but I really want to just jump right into our top 5 sandwiches, and then we're gonna sprinkle in some joiners. Do you guys want to do a round robin, or would you like to maybe start with our honorable mentions and then let a joiner join in, and then do like number 5. Then what do you think?
What
are you feeling?
Yeah, why don't we do our honorable mentions first?
Yep.
Let's not do a round robin of those because I know we don't have all the same
No.
honorable mentions.
Yeah.
So
My
we'll do
top
that.
5 honorable mentions are.
Yeah, let's do our honorable mentions,
don't
and then
have
we'll do
any
our
honorable mentions.
and then we'll do our top 5 round robin.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah. Okay.
So, honorable mentions. What do you got?
Oof. Okay, so honorable mention for me is leftover steak sandwich.
Okay.
So now what I'm talking about is like, you make steak, you grill steak, and you're going to have some left over. The next day, I slice that up, I toast the bread, and I put a little bit of mayo in there, and then I'll slice it up like corner to corner,
Okay.
and I'll eat a steak
Nice.
sandwich. I love leftover steak sandwiches. Now,
Now
when I do that, I put it on the skillet.
I will say, as a quick aside, the whole slicing, like the cutting of the bread corner to corner or side to side. Patrick, you said corner to corner. Mark,
love
what
the
do
corner
you
to
prefer?
corner.
I guess I can do either one, really.
Okay. Oh, so you're ambidextrous with the sandwiches. That's
Yep.
good to know.
I'm amphibious.
You're
yeah.
sandwich-dextrous.
Sandwich extras. Ugh.
Sandphibious.
Can't even say it. No, but
All right.
I like the corner to corner because the first bite is an easy bite. If you have
Okay.
like side to side or up and down or whatever, that first bite is just, I don't know.
So
I feel like it's gonna get all over my beard.
I'm going to present, along with Mark, that I also like both. However, there are certain situations where I have to do corner to corner and certain situations where I have to do side to side. If my sandwich is going to be dipped in like soup, like
yes.
grilled
Mhm.
cheese
Yes.
and tomato soup, I have to do corner to corner.
Okay.
You do side to side, and it's just not right. You're going to make a mess. You get that little corner in there, and it gets you going. But for me, if my sandwich, I like to put layers upon layers of meat, vegetables like lettuce, tomato, condiments, everything. If I have too much in it, I can't do corner to corner because it's going to flop out the sides of the corners. So I have to do side to side. That's important. So
Okay.
I'm kind of conditional when it comes to side and corner. But my personal preference is corner to corner, like you, Patrick. I like that little bite size beginning, and then you just work your way up to the meaty center. Yeah.
That's fair.
Good stuff.
Okay.
You just want to name all your honorable mentions? Just lay them all out there?
I think that's pretty
many you
much
got?
all the honorable mentions that I
okay.
want to go because I know that you've got a few of them. And
I have a few.
Yeah.
Just to name a few.
You can basically take
So-
my spot because I don't have any honorable mentions. So
Perfect. I'm ready.
I don't
Let
want to
me-
take. I also don't want to take. I didn't read what any of the joiners sent in, so I don't want to take any of theirs and let them talk
Well,
about
that's
it
too bad.
And
I'm
if-
taking it right now. No, I'm just kidding.
Go
I'm not
ahead.
going to. I
take it.
I looked at some of theirs and I was like, oh, good. I don't have to do that as an honorable mention. So I can.
All right.
I'll let them shine a little bit. But
Okay.
I have a few specific ones that I want to shout out. But along with your leftover sandwich, Patrick, I have to make a quick shout out, not only because of my favorite show Friends, but because it's a Thanksgiving tradition, the Moist Maker. That is when you take the turkey, you take the stuffing, you take some of the bread and soak it in gravy, and you put it between. Just take all those ingredients and put it between two fresh pieces of bread, and get some mashed potatoes in there if you want, and just eat that baby up. And it is a sloppy mess, but it is so good.
You got
So
if you throw that
good.
gravy in there, it does get sloppy. But
Oh, it gets
holy
super
crap,
sloppy.
It
but
is
it's so good.
that would drive me nuts. That's
No
There-
nuts are involved. That's just
I
with
figured. Okay,
the
got
pecan
it.
or the
Gotta be careful about those
that's for the
allergies.
dessert. Yeah. You don't want to
course.
get you don't want to get the
Sensitivity is
allergies.
important.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Moist Maker, love it.
Okay. All
And on a
right.
side route, don't ever steal my sandwich. My sandwich. Friends reference.
Put your name on it.
Yeah.
and that
You-
still
if you
doesn't
put your
work.
name on it. It's good. It's good.
It should work.
It should work.
In theory, of course.
Yeah.
Another one that I want to throw out is my favorite go-to sandwich. That's also a leftover sandwich, or almost like a partway through the meal sandwich. I don't know if you ever have made a spaghetti sandwich by using garlic bread and spaghetti. So some people will
every single time I have spaghetti.
Exactly. You just shovel it onto the garlic bread and eat it
Yep.
like a spaghetti sandwich. I don't understand how that's not like a cafe like option. Like, where are spaghetti sandwiches? Why do they not serve those as an option at restaurants?
I mean, that's like it's like a meatball sub without the spaghetti on it. Just throw some spaghetti on there.
It's
and
awesome.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing. It's amazing. So shout out to the spaghetti sandwich. That's not probably a traditional sandwich, but I love it.
I've seen it done.
Call it that.
I don't necessarily partake myself, but I have seen it
Dude,
done.
you haven't lived till you've had a spaghetti sandwich.
I don't know if I've actually had one or not. I don't remember.
Yep. I recommend it. It's good stuff. The last one I want to throw out is the ice cream sandwich. An American classic.
You were thinking outside the box on
I
this
was.
one.
Did you like that?
It
The
did.
ice cream
yes.
sandwich. I couldn't put it in my top 5 because I can't tell you how many times as a kid I would get halfway through the sandwich and the ice cream would plop out the back because it would start
dang.
melting, and that
Yeah.
just ticked me off to no end.
So
I can't
with
make it
your
top
ice
5.
cream, with your ice cream sandwich, now what is it? Cookies? Is it like a chocolate chip cookie sandwich with the ice cream in the middle?
Yeah,
Like,
it can
what
be.
is what is your
Usually-
favorite then?
It's to me, the most nostalgic and the one is the one that's wrapped in paper that you leave in the freezer, and you take off the paper, covering.
Oh,
and-
okay. So like it's pretty much like a chocolate
Yeah, it's
layer
like a
on both
chocolate
sides.
biscuit almost. Yeah, like
Yeah,
a chocolate
yeah,
layer,
okay.
ice cream that's thicker than the
Yeah.
breading, whatever
Yeah,
the
I know what you
chocolate
mean.
breading. Yeah, but the other stuff you mentioned with the chocolate cookie and all that, those are good too. I mean, any of them.
I have to let mine sit out for a little bit before I eat it because
Agreed.
because like I don't want to eat an ice block sandwich,
Right.
and that's
Yeah.
and that's a lot of times like it's just a little too solid for me, just
Right.
coming out of the freezer. So
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a
gotta
fine
be
line.
nice and soft.
You can't wait too long because again, it'll plop out the back. But
Yeah,
you do have
there's
to
a
wait.
delicate
Now-
balance.
Delicate
there.
balance.
Now, do you eat it with the paper like still on, so your fingers don't get all chocolatey, or do you just tear that bad boy off and you're just like in it to win it?
I tear it off.
I used to, but as I got older, I did realize I was like peeling the layers away, so I didn't get.
I do the
didn't
paper
get my
layer
fingers
too.
dirty.
Yep.
Yeah. So it was a sign of I was maturing in life.
And you
Not
didn't
to
wanna
say
get your
you're not
fingers
mature,
dirty.
Mark.
Well, I feel like if I hold it just well enough, I'm not sitting there like
You got it.
just but
Yeah.
if I can hold it just well enough, I don't get the stuff all over my.
I could see you
Yeah,
being good at
it's-
that.
It's one thing, but if you tear all the paper off and you're holding it in your hands and your fingers are all chocolatey, then you get kind of like an extra dessert snack by licking your fingers. Just
True.
think about that.
It's true.
So it's not quite over.
Bonus.
It's like, oh, my cookie's gone. I still got some left.
Still got
It's all about where your mind is. It's all about perspective.
Yeah, that's true.
That's big brain time. That's what that
Oh yeah. All right. That concludes our honorable mentions, and so
Okay.
now let's get into our top 5. We have a few mentioned. I'm actually going to start with the old Discord, and you done messed up, Aaron. Is that how he wants me to pronounce that?
Aaron
Aaron
from
Sorry.
like the Key and Peele sketch.
I gotcha. You done messed up. Aaron. He said, okay, so ham and cheese, PB&J, cheesesteak sub, butter and jelly. And he says, yeah, I'm weird.
Butter and jelly?
Butter and jelly.
Okay, so is it like
Butter and jelly sandwiches.
I need answers on this. Is this like a spreadable butter? kind of like
What do you mean a spreadable butter? What butter is not spreadable?
Because you either have like
a
a
spray.
butter
Is it the
stick.
spray butter? Are you wondering if
No,
you
like
use
a
that?
I don't know. I don't know
like a
what is
country
it.
crock or a I can't.
I
believe it's not
gotcha.
butter.
Like a
yeah.
fake butter.
Spreadable butter.
Yeah.
That's not butter though. Country crock is spreadable butter. I don't know. It's like fake
What?
butter.
It's I don't.
It's not spreadable butter. It's just spreadable spread. It's like it's not butter.
Spreadable spread.
I mean, it's all
Oh,
spreadable.
I've been all wrong this time.
Yeah.
Jeez.
He does it. He does admit he's weird, and he gives an honorable mention of hot dogs, and he says, "Yes, I'm an agent of chaos. I will not accept hot dogs
going
as a
there.
sandwich."
We're not going there.
Get out.
Get out of here. Get out of here with your hot dog talk. Hot dogs as a sandwich is blasphemy. I had a hard time with, you guys, maybe you'll mention in your top 5, I had a hard time with burgers. Like, well, the burgers are burgers. Are they sandwiches?
Yeah, I didn't really have them in my top 5 for sandwiches. Like, I would consider, if we had a burger episode or like American Fare episode, like maybe okay, we'll talk about burgers. But
Yeah,
I kept it with the lunch meat and kind of thing.
Okay, good.
Right.
I'm glad we're
I
on the
tend
same
to keep
page.
burgers in a different category
Yeah.
than just
Yeah.
sandwiches.
Hot dogs are their own category. Burgers are their own category.
Yeah.
And then if you boil your hot dogs and that's how you eat them, you're a serial killer and you need to go to jail.
How do you eat your hot dogs?
Grilled. Grill them.
Yeah.
Grill them, pan fry them. Anything to not cook them in water. That's disgusting.
You ever put them in a microwave?
Sure, microwave them. That's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. You
You
can
gotta be careful
explode
though,
them
because
yeah,
the
you can
ends will
explode 'em up.
burn and split.
Yeah, for sure. But anywho, I will give Aaron the ham and cheese is a classic. PB&J, yes.
Absolutely.
Cheesesteak,
Oh, yeah.
yes. Butter and jelly. I do have butter and jelly toast. I've never had a sandwich where I'm like putting butter on one piece of bread, putting jelly on another piece and slapping them together. I've never done that. But I will do butter and jelly on toast. So that's something.
Okay.
Space Hawk 91, chicken bacon ranch sandwich.
Good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turkey sub. It's a good one.
All right.
PB&J. Another ham sandwich. I'm basic like that, he said. And then he said grilled cheese.
There you go.
Grilled
fine
cheese is
sandwich.
also good.
I
Solid
will
list.
say I don't like grilled cheese by itself. I like it with tomato soup. I think we've talked about this before, but to
We
me
have,
it's
yeah.
like I need both. But I remember Mark's grilled cheese by itself. He's all right with that. And I
Yes.
can't remember what
I
Patrick
like
said.
both.
Yeah. But I'm with you. We're with you. We're with you, Caleb. All right. So let's we have a few more, but let's save those for later. We'll spread it
Okay.
out. Spread out the fun. So guys, what is your number 5 sandwich?
All right. I'm going to go with my number 5 sandwich.
Okay, let's hear
It
it.
is a turkey bacon club. So I
a good one.
want the turkey, the bacon, the tomato, the lettuce, and I could go either way. I usually like it untoasted,
Yeah.
but I can go with toasted if I feel like it. But I like the soft bread in all my sandwiches. Like a grilled cheese, obviously it's got to be that grilled, but I like the soft bread. I don't like it. For most of my sandwiches, it's got to be the soft.
Okay.
But yeah, and having that bacon on there, I feel like every sandwich has to have bacon. Am I wrong?
It's gotta be. Do you like just normal type bacon, or do you want it like a little bit more on the crispy side?
It's got to be crispy. Now it can't be burnt.
Right.
But it's got to be. I like the crispy. I don't like if I can hold my bacon and it stays horizontal. That's the best bacon. And now if it has any sort of give, it needs to go back on the skillet.
I tell you what, there's nothing like biting into a bacon cheese hamburger and the bacon just like smushes or pulls like you're like ripping it with your teeth. It's like
No, it's not.
Oh
it's
gosh,
not done.
this was
It's
not cooked
done.
enough. Yeah, I've had that happen a couple times. Since you brought up bacon so emphatically, Patrick, I have to
Yes.
read a one Tim Pollins, aka Captain Bacon, at tpollin20 on Twitter. Here is his top 5, to no surprise.
Okay.
Number 5, bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddle. Oh my gosh. I am changing my top 5. I forgot about the McGriddle.
Wait, is that a sandwich?
That's a sandwich. That's
Yeah.
a beautiful breakfast sandwich.
So
the most beautiful of breakfast
I like
sandwiches.
I like to throw a piece of sausage in there too. It's just like the sausage, egg.
As long as it's with it, but it has to have bacon.
Yes. McGriddle, man.
Oh, so good. I'm mouth-watering. Number 4, steak and bacon. That's it. Steak and bacon sandwich. I don't think I've ever had that before. That sounds magical.
No, it's like the leftover steak sandwich, but you put bacon on it too.
All right.
And
I like it.
it is delicious.
Heart-healthy snack.
I think I was watching one of Tim's streams, and I was making one of those, and I told him what I was making. He was like, "Maybe I should stop my stream because I want to make one of those too."
I'm going to make one of those. His number 3 is chicken bacon melt with ranch. Yeah,
Okay.
it's
All
good.
right.
Number 2, turkey and bacon, just like you, Pat.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Good.
And
good.
then number 1, keep it simple, BLT, the old classic.
Yes.
So yeah,
that's
Tim.
that is the Baconator list.
I feel
I've
like
ever heard
Ron Swanson is Tim Pollin's spirit animal.
Yeah,
'Cause-
pretty much.
Because dude is like absolute bacon enthusiast.
Yep, for sure. All right, Mark, what is your number 5?
My number 5 is the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich.
That's a classic. It's a classic.
It is.
Gotta go with the number 1.
Keep it simple.
I don't care for pickles, so I will not get the pickles on.
I'll take your pickles.
I'll take the pickles.
Y'all can usually we get 2, so y'all can both
Split
have
the pickles.
Oh, more pickles.
I love the pickles with Chick-fil-A because they don't drown it in sauce like
yeah.
Burger King or McDonald's. When my kids get a burger and I'm like, keep the pickles on there, and I like go to get the pickle, it's like doused in ketchup and mustard and everything else.
It's
And
not the same.
I mean, I'll still eat it, but it's not the same. Yeah, the
No.
pickles with they have good pickles with Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, I will get a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich and put Chick-fil-A sauce on it.
Yeah.
That is incredible. Granted, I have to eat that like every once in a blue moon now because of watching more what I eat.
Right. That's a
So
good call.
if I'm going to Chick-fil-A, usually I'm getting the grilled chicken.
Yeah.
Okay.
But every so often I'll indulge and have a normal number 1 chicken sandwich. It is the Lord's chicken indeed.
It is indeed. My number 5 is the only restaurant-specific sandwich on my list. Everything else is something you can make at home as long as you aren't an idiot or you know what you're doing. You have the ingredients. But mine is Chap's Pit Beef Sandwich, and I don't expect anybody to know this, but this sandwich can be purchased at a hole-in-the-wall diner in Baltimore, Maryland. You have to go through the ghetto. You have to drive up and park in a gentleman's club parking lot to find this place. But I tell you
Aaron
what,
might know something about that. He's a Maryland boy.
yeah. This Chap's Pit Beef place, I went once because of Diner Drive-Ins and Dives with my wife and my daughter, who was, I think,
Nice.
1.5 years old at the time,
Yeah.
which, let me tell you, holding your daughter while walking through a gentleman's club parking lot is a little awkward. But thankfully, it was daytime. Nobody was there. Nobody was walking in and out, so no worries. But I can only describe this as like a slow-cooked meat sandwich. Like, it's where they've cooked the meat for like 12 hours, slow-cooked it, and then they just shave off the meat, like a roast beef or a ham, a pork, and then it's just this. It's all it is just meat in bread with maybe some cheese, with like lightly salted, nothing major. But the thing just melts in your mouth, and it's absolutely amazing. It's the finest meat sandwich in the business. So,
Beautiful.
making my mouth water just thinking about it. So that's my number 5. How about
Nice.
your number 4, Patrick?
Number 4 is a Philly cheesesteak. Now,
All right.
it really doesn't need to be from anywhere. I will eat any Philly cheesesteak. If you say Philly cheesesteak, I'm in.
Yeah.
Like, but it's got to But I like to have the the peppers on there.
Okay.
I want to have peppers on there. Mm-hmm. Whether that's banana peppers, green peppers, I want, or the red peppers. Put them on there, and they have to be like a sautéed pepper. It can't be like just straight cut up and crunchy.
Cold.
It's got to have that like
no.
sautéed taste to it.
Yep.
But yeah, I could have a Philly cheese. My mouth is watering now. It wasn't watering before,
mine
but
is
now
too.
it is.
Thanks. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one indeed. Mark, number 4?
My number 4 is a pastrami sandwich.
Oh, really?
Yeah, pastrami's kind of a big thing up north.
Yeah.
Obviously, pastrami on rye was popularized in New York City, and it just kind of spread out from there. So obviously, growing up in New Hampshire, kind of spread out close in that direction. But yeah, absolutely love pastrami on rye or on a Kaiser roll. I like either mayo or mustard on it.
All right.
Reminds me of home every time.
Yeah, it reminds me of Friends. You're wasted good pastrami. I actually, confession, I've never had a pastrami sandwich.
Oh, you should if you get a chance.
I've robbed myself of the experience so far, but I
tasty.
definitely should. Definitely. My number 4 is the Monte Cristo.
Okay.
Now, what is that?
So Monte Cristo is like French toast bread with ham or turkey with cheese, and then I believe the condiment of choice is jelly. So you got like a sweet and savory, like a grape jelly generally, and it's a sandwich that I stumbled upon in a mom and pop diner in West Virginia, and then in different places, usually mom and pop places, they don't have it in most like brand whatever big chain restaurants. But the Monte Cristo is just it's a sweet and savory sandwich, and I just love anything that's sweet and savory. I actually told some Brazilians about it. And just a few weeks ago, one of my friends, he sent me a picture of he made his own Monte Cristo sandwiches, and he's like, you originally told me about this, Lucas, and I was really skeptical, and then I made it, and I am a believer. And so
that sounds delicious.
Yeah, I'm spreading that Monte Cristo love out here. So yeah,
Interesting.
Monte Cristo.
I had a weird sandwich this past weekend. Mel had she gets a lot of like food magazines, and she showed me a picture of one, and I was skeptical at first. But as the day went on, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try it. It is a grilled. I don't know how this is gonna be weird to explain it. It is a grilled cheese, but without the cheese, and instead of cheese.
Okay, I'll let you finish. I'm sorry.
I knew I would screw up the
It's a grilled
explanation
cheese
of
with
this.
no cheese. Grilled bread.
It's just a grilled.
It's just a grilled.
So,
I'd like a grilled, please.
So you replace the cheese with peanut butter,
Okay.
some hazelnut spread like Nutella,
Yep. Yeah.
and bananas.
I'm in.
And
give
then
me
you
that.
then you grill it like you're doing a grilled cheese.
Yep.
So it's
It
almost
was-
like Elvis's favorite sandwich.
Oh, and what was his? What's
It
that?
was a peanut butter and banana sandwich.
Oh, but you throw some Nutella in there, give it
Yeah,
that chocolate
that's the
hazelnut
difference.
kind of flavor.
Yum.
It tasted like dessert.
Dude, for me, any sandwich is enhanced when you toss it on the grill and you heat it up. Like you just put a little layer of butter to toast it up on the grill. Any sandwich you can do it. It's amazing. Any sandwich. Ice
it was
cream,
good, so-
ice cream sandwich even. Do it. It's good. Just eat it really fast. I love me a grilled ice cream sandwich. Toasty.
All right, Mark, what do you got?
My number 3 is an American classic,
Yeah.
the grilled cheese sandwich.
Ah, yes. That old classic grilled cheese
And
sandwich.
yes, I can do with or without tomato soup, but when you have that tomato soup, it is so much better.
Yeah.
Did
Agreed.
you say you're number 3?
Yeah. You skipped
Are we on
yourself.
our number 3s now?
Yep.
Wait, what?
Yeah, we're on number 3.
Oh,
You did 4.
Yeah, that was my number 3.
okay. Whoa. Okay, I'm confused.
Wait. You did your number
Wait.
4, right?
Yeah, I did my number 5 and my number 4.
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
okay.
I know you did,
Yeah.
but Patrick did too,
Okay.
right?
No, I didn't do my number 3 yet.
Okay, no, I know you didn't do that. You
Oh,
skipped
okay.
yourself. You were like, all right, Mark,
Apparently I did.
let's hear it. I was like, well, maybe he's talking about this grilled
can come back to
peanut
me
butter
later.
and Nutella banana sandwich.
No,
That's his
no.
number 3. That's surprising.
Nope, it
but
was
okay.
not. It is not my number 3. It just cracked my interest.
Oh, fair enough. But yeah, grilled cheese, Mark, I'm all in. Do you guys ever
Yeah.
put meat on the grilled cheese sandwich? I like
Grilled
ham
ham
on
and
it
cheese for me.
sometimes.
Yeah.
No, I put like barbecue chips on there before.
Interesting.
You know what?
I actually put
Go ahead.
ketchup on mine, which is weird.
Okay.
I know.
I mean, that could be like a tomato
yeah.
soup replacement. If you don't have tomato
Yeah.
soup, just
sure.
put some ketchup on it.
Not the best replacement, but
No,
it's
but-
serviceable.
It's like,
It
you
is
know,
suitable, yes.
Yeah.
it's like apples and apple chips. I don't know. I can't think of apple juice. I don't know. That's not the good
Don't
comparison.
put apple juice in there.
Yeah, just dip it in some apple juice. Yum.
Ugh.
Don't knock it till you try it.
Yeah, that's right.
No, I'm gonna
Yeah.
knock that.
Okay. Ketchup. You know what? Something my wife likes to do for our grilled cheese sandwiches. She likes to put a thin layer of mayo on the inside with the cheese, and then
Yeah.
grill it,
Not a bad call.
and that it makes it a little creamier. So it's cool. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. So yeah, get behind that. And Patrick, you bring up the chips. That is something I taught my kids. Like, I want to say it was 2 months ago, because we had sandwiches with chips, and then the other day we had sandwich with fries. And for both of the sessions, I was like, all right, kids, are you ready to reach the next level of sandwich eating? And I just took the top piece of bread and just dumped fries and chips all over it, not the same time, but separately, and then just mashed it on.
Yeah, I wouldn't
James?
blame you if you put them both on there.
James, not a fan. Tasha, now every time she's like, can I have chips and put it on my sandwich? I'm like, you know it.
Yes.
Get in there.
And that brings me to my number 3.
All right, perfect segue. All right, number
It
3.
is a ham sandwich with Doritos.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
So, and I grew up, my oldest brother, Scott, he would do that. And I thought it was the weirdest thing. So I tried it one day, and I'm like, I never looked back. And so Doritos is the best having on a ham sandwich. I will do other things. I will do chips. I will do goldfish. If you've ever tried that
Never
before.
tried it with goldfish, but I
Yeah.
totally would.
Yeah, I'll put any type of snack.
What about
on it. Now, I've never
Cheetos?
done pretzels before. I've done
pretzels
the
are good.
crunchy Cheetos, not
Pretzels
the
are
Cheeto
good.
Puffs.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, the Doritos, have it on there, having that nice crunch to it. And
Oh
that
yeah.
Dorito taste
Adding that layer of
with
crunch
that ham
is amazing.
sandwich. Ooh, that is so good.
Yep, for sure.
And
sure.
and it's like for me, it's like commonplace to have your chips or Doritos
Just dump it on it.
inside the sandwich.
Yeah, for sure.
So when other people see that, I can tell if they're eclectic or not,
Right.
because they're like, oh yeah, I do that, or what are you doing? Then when they say what are you doing, I'm like, you need to try it.
You can tell what kind of
And then-
upbringing they have, how they react. If they're like, "Oh, what are you doing?" It's like, "Oh, you grew up on that side of town. Gotcha." Okay,
Snooty.
fair enough. Snooty pants. Sorry, you were busy like riding your pet pony while I was making my Dorito sandwiches over here.
I'm over here eating my ham and Doritos. You got your caviar. This is better over here.
What about shout out to? Did you guys ever make cheese sandwiches where you just put cheese on bread and put it in the microwave and then smash it and eat on
No.
Wonder Bread? Oh, magic!
It's-
Never done that.
I had a friend that did that all the time, and I did it sometimes when I was really desperately hungry. But yeah,
That sounds like a desperate college move.
it really is. But it has to be like Wonder Bread, like the really smushy bread, because you just
Yeah.
smash it and it all coagulates into one mass, and it ceases to really be a sandwich, and it becomes like a cheese
Do you just
nugget.
like roll it up into a ball and eat
Cheese
it like
bread
a
nugget.
cheese ball?
Yeah, pretty much you can. You just roll it up and just pop it in. Yep. It's wondrous. All right, Mark.
it's good.
Number 3.
Number 2.
I was going to say I've already done my number 3.
Oh, I need to do my number 3 then.
Okay.
My turn. All right. The barbecue pulled pork sandwich is my number 3.
It's a good call.
Good one.
And it goes well with this discussion because I don't really like a standard barbecue pulled pork with just bread. I like to dump some cheese on it if you get some of those little, what are those, like potato sticks? If you put a layer of potato sticks on it, or chips, you can use whatever.
Yeah.
Put on it. I also like to do a slaw on my
Really?
pulled pork.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I make a sweet, like an Asian slaw that I put on when we make pulled pork or when we do sloppy joes. Those are kind of similar, not the same, but sloppy joes are so good. But I like to put like some Asian slaw. I like to dump Frank's Red Hot sauce on pulled pork and sloppy joes. Yeah, so barbecue pulled pork sandwich. That's my number 3.
I'm with you. The barbecue pulled pork, it needs to be a little spicy.
Oh yeah,
You
get a
know,
little kick
you got to
to
have
it.
a little spice to
Yep.
it. You know, sometimes
okay
I'll do
with
the
it
sweet
not.
stuff, but I like it way spicier.
Gotcha. Fair enough.
I'm a wimp when it comes to spice. Can't do that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're approaching our top 2. So with that, I want to take a joiner break here and say Isaac Alistic had this to share about his favorite sandwiches. He said, "I can always make myself a PB&J all day, every day." And then he says, and another thing, anything toasted with steak, yummy.
Yes.
Agreed.
Okay.
He's
Agreed.
got some good picks there.
Yep, for sure. Barnaby El Ronchas Butters, Bernabe, sorry. He said grilled cheese. Yes, of course. Club sandwich. Club
tomato
sandwich. Wait, go ahead, Patrick.
You got to have the tomato soup with the grilled cheese. Have you ever had a grilled cheese without tomato soup? It just feels like you just missed out on life.
Mark has.
Well, yes, I have.
It does feel like you're missing something. It's like, I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. It's like,
I'm okay.
nope, I can't think of a good example, but I guess it's, I wish I could, but my brain is blanking. It's almost midnight here, so.
All right, Barnaby.
Moving on. Bernabe, club sandwich in a croissant. Very fancy. I like that.
Ooh.
A croissant
Pinky
sandwich. Yeah, stick that pinky out. And then, of course, Patrick's favorite, torta de la barda.
Long John Silver's?
No, definitely not. Get that out of here.
What is the torta de la barda?
Torta de la barda. I have no idea. It's a Spanish from Mexico. So a Spanish made by our buddy Barnaby. That's you looking it up, see what it is.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now.
He also mentions, just as an aside, cheeseburger and hot dog. Thank you for that, but we are not accepting that nomination for your top sandwiches. And
I don't know what this is. I'm looking at this, and this just looks like a massive sandwich.
Yeah, it just looks like
I'm in.
anything that was in the kitchen. They just decided
Perfect.
to sandwich.
Oh yeah, there it is. He did. It's got so it's got frijoles, it's got beans, it's got ham, it's got ternera. I don't know what ternera is. It's got chorizo.
Chorizo, yes.
Chorizo sauce is actually, I believe from what I've read, it's cooked like guts and blood. It's actually not something that people would like if they called it by its actual composition, but it's chorizo. Queso fresco, which is just like a fresh cheese that's really good fried. It's very different than what a lot of cheese that is available in the U.S. And then tomato, onion, and avocado. So
It looks.
I would eat it.
Yeah,
I would eat it.
it's gonna hit all
stuff.
your senses.
And then he said a hot dog with salsicha para asar, which is pretty much grilled hot dog, but it's a brand, so it's a little bit different.
Okay.
It also says on the packaging that it has excessive sodium, which is not
course.
uncommon with sandwiches in general. Definitely not uncommon with hot dogs.
Yeah.
Let's see. Splig at Dopalicious. He said his number 5 sandwich is the TLB. It's a tomato sandwich with bacon on it. Fight me.
Okay.
Instead of the BLT, it's the TLB, he says. Whatever.
Nah, dude. Bacon's always first.
Number 4 is the Reuben / pastrami sandwich.
There you go.
Yeah. Number 3, Philly. Yum yum in the tum tum.
Yeah.
Number 2 is the Cuban sandwich. I've never had this, but I would try it.
Okay, that's good.
And then number 1 is the Oklahoma fried onion burger. Bring it. I would eat that as well.
Can't say I've had that.
But we got the burgers going. Yep. He did say if we're not counting burgers, I could have a top 5 of those. Yeah, it gets complicated. If you count burgers, you could have a top 5 of burgers. Then move everything up. He also gave an honorable mention of peanut butter and spicy pickle. Mark's out. I would try it.
I'm out.
I mean, I'll try it for sure.
I'll give it an old college try. Yeah.
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 Okay.
Good stuff. So that's those are some of the top 5s that we got. Thank you, folks, for sharing those with us. Those are wondrous, and I wish we could have like a potluck sandwich get together where we just all bring our favorite sandwiches and just eat until we can't eat no mo, and then wait a couple hours and eat some more sandwiches. Good stuff. All right.
Yeah.
Let's get into our top 2. This is where it gets serious with the top 2. So, Patrick, what is your number 2 sandwich?
So, my number 2 is not as high as Tim Pollen's, but it's the BLT.
Yeah. All right.
And it's like
classic.
It's usually like the BBLT because I
BLT.
load the bacon on it. Yeah, it's like 5-6 slices. It's not 3 slices like the normal BLT. It is
the bread.
6 slices.
Yeah, 2 or 3 slices of bacon on a BLT. That's rookie numbers. You need double or triple that.
Yep, exactly. Man, anytime I go to the store, I usually pick up a pack of bacon.
Yeah.
It's going to get eaten. And I know sometimes it just takes a little bit longer to make your sandwich, but it is well worth it.
Yeah, for sure.
And when I start making that bacon, the entire family just flocks to the kitchen like, what are you making?
What are we making?
Is that bacon?
Yeah.
Can I have a piece?
Yeah.
Like,
Bacon.
We actually just recently in our family added bacon to the regular shopping list because I forget what I was making. There was like one dish I was making from time to time. I've only made BLTs like a couple times for our family, which is a big mistake. I need to up that frequency of that. But I started making with frequency bacon cheese pancakes, which are kind of like McGriddles, but you pretty much fry up some bacon, get some cheese, and then dump it into pancake batter, and then slather it in butter after it's cooked, and put some maple syrup on it. And I kid you not, it's amazing.
You ever fold up a pancake like it's a hot dog bun and just put bacon in the middle of it and eat it like that?
I have.
Just pour some syrup in it like it's like
magical.
Your ketchup and mustard.
Yeah.
And just eat it like that.
I haven't done it recently, but
if you want to gain some weight and feel
that is
terrible
true.
in 20 minutes.
If you want to have a heart attack, yes. Eat that every day for a month.
It's so good, though.
Supersize me. All right. Mark, you're number 2.
So my number 2 is more of a recent find. Since I came down, which, I mean, I guess they're everywhere, but I don't remember ever having one in New England. But since I came to Virginia, and they have Jersey Mike's here, it is the number 8 club sub from Jersey Mike's.
Okay.
Which is basically sub sandwich with provolone, applewood smoked bacon, ham and turkey, and mayo. And I like mine. It's a particular way they prepare it. It's called Mike's Way. And Mike's Way is typically, normally it's onion, lettuce, tomato, red wine vinegar, olive oil blend, salt, and oregano.
Yum.
And
preach it.
Amen, brother. Amen.
I don't put onions or tomatoes on mine. I take that off.
I'll take that.
But the rest of it,
You like the pickles.
Yeah,
I'll take
give
it.
me that.
You're going to make a burger out of what's left on Mark's plate.
Yep.
but the rest of it, is on there for sure. I have to be. I've basically had to stop eating that, which sucks.
Yeah.
But,
Gotta have that. Do you have
still,
a cheat? You have a cheat day, don't you?
I don't right now.
You need to incorporate cheat days.
You know what you could do
friend.
is go get it and then just slice it up into like sixths.
6.
Just
That's like the worst
try
number
to say
to
that
use.
when you're drunk.
6.
It's like six.
Fifths?
And then just put some cellophane around it. Put it in the fridge.
I thought you were gonna say celery. Put some celery around it, so it's like, oh, this is good for you.
That's the natural
Celery.
preservative, right? It's
yeah, celery. Oh, this is okay. Yeah.
But
Nice.
that's definitely
Yum.
been a recent find for me.
Yeah,
I
sounds
love
good.
that.
Nice.
My number 2 is the cousin to the pastrami sandwich that I think Splig mentioned, and that is the Reuben. I love the Reuben sandwich. You got the corned beef. You got the crazy addition of what is it called? The cabbage. It's just cabbage, right? It's
Horseradish?
well, no. There's oh my gosh, what am I blanking? You got the corned beef. Oh, sauerkraut. You got the corned
Sauerkraut,
beef.
that's what I was thinking.
Sauerkraut.
Yeah.
I'm like cabbage. That's not right.
I said
Sauerkraut.
horseradish. I was like, no, that's not right.
And then you have the
Sauerkraut,
Russian
isn't
dressing.
it-
What's that?
Isn't that a particular type of cabbage?
It probably is, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a herbologist. I don't know if that's the type of person you're supposed to be to know that, but
I'm looking up sauerkraut.
yeah,
Yeah, I think sauerkraut is a type of
Raw,
cabbage.
yeah, it's finely cut raw cabbage.
that's what I said. So yes, so cabbage, no, corned
You
beef,
were not wrong, sir.
sauerkraut. Then you got the Russian dressing or Thousand Island. I prefer Russian dressing because it's not as chunky, but you can do Thousand Island dressing too. Then you have the rye bread. I've had like derivatives of that with like turkey or with just white bread, and it's just not the same. You got to have those like specific ingredients, and I only like it lightly toasted. I like a little bit of give. If it's too toasted and it's like falling apart and like making this loud crunchy sound, that you've toasted it too much. It's got to be a certain way. But I've had Reuben sandwiches all over the U.S. and that's like my favorite. That's the first sandwich I look towards when I go to a new restaurant. I'm like, okay, do they have a Reuben? But honestly, I didn't get into the Reuben sandwich until like 2008, 2009, when I worked at Applebee's and they introduced the Reuben sandwich. I slept on that thing for a long time and thought, sauerkraut? That's disgusting. And then I got that thing because it was like cheap or free. And I was like, oh my gosh, what have I been doing not eating this sandwich? And so I've made up for it since then. And it's been like I've eaten it my whole life.
Nice.
I love it. So that is my number 2. All right.
Cool.
We have arrived. Number 1. What is your number 1 sandwich?
All right, my number 1. I'm gonna let Mark take this because I'm pretty sure he knows exactly what my number 1 is.
Yes, and I believe that my number 1 is the same as
No
your
way.
number 1.
Really?
I'm assuming it is. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure you know.
PB&J.
PB and J.
The classic.
The number
It
1.
is. It is easy, quick to make, and you just slather all that on the bread, and it's incredible. You can have it basically any time of day.
Yes, and I do that. Whenever we're playing Apex, it's like 1 in the morning. I'm like, I'm gonna go get a snack, and I'm like gone for like 20 minutes. And he's like, "Where were you?" I was like, "You know where I was. I had a PB and J sandwich at 1 in the morning."
Yep.
So good.
Yep.
Now I do the
Classic.
crunchy peanut butter. That's lately what I've been putting on it. I did the creamy peanut butter for the longest time. I'll still do that, but I just like that crunch.
Yeah, I've attempted to do crunchy, but I am very much a creamy peanut butter guy.
I'm the same
Yeah.
as Mark. I think when you cross over to crunchy full time, that's a sign that you're getting old. All the crunchy peanut butter people I know are old people. So congratulations, Patrick. You are quite wisdomous. And you have crossed over into the crunchy peanut butter stage of life.
It's like he has the crunchy peanut butter. Let's go ask him, see what he knows.
Yeah, he must know lots of stuff. He's been around for a while.
What secrets is he keeping?
Yeah, I think I'll be honest. I somehow overlooked the PB&J. That is easily a number 1. But again, I think it's because this is so dang hard, and a lot of the ones I put on the list are ones that I either haven't had in a really long time, and I have like saudades, like I long to eat these sandwiches. Like we have PB&J sandwiches. Like that's the one of 2 things that we still get from the U.S. when Mindy's parents come to visit, or even mission groups come. We're like, hey, we need peanut butter because they don't have that here. So like we have peanut butter PB&Js. That's a go-to. It really is the number 1 sandwich. But I kind of based mine off of like the ones that we don't have as often. I think the only one on the list we do have with some frequency is pulled pork sandwiches, but. So PB&J, you guys are right. if we did like a GMG top 5, top 100 sandwiches, PB&J would be number one, easy. But my number one is specifically the Philly cheesesteak, but it's really the hoagie. Like, I love a meat and cheese hoagie. Like Philly cheesesteak, pour that liquid cheese on it with just the meat and the bread. And I don't know what it is about that Philly cheese, that American cheese they use, but it is so good. So good.
Yes.
And I'll do the pepper
is.
sometimes. I'll do the other stuff, but I like it just simple. Like just the meat, cheese, and bread, and just eat it up. Sometimes mushrooms. I really like sautéed mushrooms and onions as well. That's good stuff.
Nice.
Where in my hometown we have a hoagie and pizza place called Capri, and they make like a poor man's hoagie where they'll get the bread, they'll put it's almost like the steakum or the roast beef, like frozen stuff that you just chop up, and then when you fry it up, it almost curls up. And they put that in the hoagie, then they put the cheese, they wrap it in aluminum, and they put it in the oven for like 30, 40 minutes. Slow cook it, and when you get it out, like the cheese is toasted, and it like sticks to the aluminum, and you pick it off and make sure you don't eat the aluminum because it hurts your teeth. But man, it is so good, and it's like
that sounds delicious.
It's a go-to when we visit the U.S. and go visit my family in West Virginia.
Yeah. So like the steakums are like usually like $9 a box,
right?
And so once they go on sale, because they go on sale pretty regularly, and once they go down to $5, I'm gonna get those, and I do the same thing where I'll just toast the bread, I'll fry those steakums up, throw a little bit of onion in there, sometimes bacon if I haven't eaten the bacon already.
Right, of course.
But that is a good sandwich.
Yeah,
very good sandwich.
Yeah. Good stuff. All right. Well, I think that pretty much sums it up for us, right?
And everybody's hungry now.
Yeah, and everybody's immediately going to go make a PB&J right now. Let's actually take a break, just a 15-minute break. I'm going to go get a PB&J, glass of milk.
I'm just going to live stream this on Twitch of me making a PB&J.
Yeah, we could have a whole nother. We need to have Isaac on here sometime as a guest to talk about how to make a PB&J. You guys have seen his videos.
I've seen his
Twitter.
videos.
That's a massacre. That's just
it's hilarious.
It drives me crazy. It's like, what are you doing with your life? Why are you making a sandwich like that? Anywho, enough about that. We'll save that for a future episode. Alrighty then, folks, as we wrap up this Joiner-driven jive down Sandwich Lane, of course, some last-minute housekeeping where we offer towels, fluff pillows, housekeeping, and we top those things off with those pillows off with Andy's Candies, and tip you off to the GMG news you need to know. Don't forget Fridays and Saturdays, except this coming week, Mark, right?
This week it'll be the normal.
Okay,
it'll be next week when you're doing your
that's right.
extra life thing. It'll be different. But
most of the time, Fridays and Saturdays, Mark is playing currently that old Ocarina of Time on Twitch with GMG Got 'em, and then I'm stramming. What in the world? It's past midnight. I am streaming on random noontime lunches most of the weekdays, whether it's Rocket League. We were here with Patrick, Dead Cells, you name it. It's getting played. So please subscribe to the GMG YouTube channel where I play there. Also, rate and review us on Apple Podcasts, Podchaser, and Stitcher. And then, of course, you can connect with us on Discord for very varied conversations about everything from really bad dad jokes to really real life conversations, along with Twitter, Twitch, and email as well. All the links are in the show notes, so you can check those out. And then besides that, finally, feel free to give us a call at 929-GMG-GUYS. And instead of just having an awkward moment where I ask one of the guys to say the numbers, I'm just going to tell you it's 929-464-4897. And so feel free to call, ask a question, give a comment, sing a song, maybe even share your favorite sandwich. Maybe we overlooked something, overlooked a sandwich or some such. I think we covered the gamut pretty well, but just in case, leave a message.
I'm sure we've missed something.
Yeah, we probably did. But with that, Mark, as we jump into our GMG MAFT 100, why don't you share us some facts?
And now we proudly present to you, our faithful joiners, This Week in Movie History, a GMG production.
All right, so this week in movie history, very much a Marvel-centered. Well, 2 out of the 3 I'm going to mention are Marvel-centered. However, this first one is not. Today, actually, 25 years ago, the movie Fargo came out and was released in theaters. Did you guys see Fargo?
I have, and it's crazy.
It is a crazy movie indeed.
Yep. Happy 25th anniversary to Fargo, March 8th, 1996.
Don't you know?
Also, this week in a few years back, Black Panther became the 5th Marvel movie to make $1 billion.
Wow. Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever.
You threw me off for a second when I thought you were going to say the 5th Marvel movie. I'm like, wait, what? That's not right.
That's incorrect.
that is not correct. But yeah.
Yeah.
$5 billion movie. Wow. That's crazy.
And keeping it on the Marvel movie train, Captain America: The Winter Soldier debuted this week.
Nice.
Just a few years ago.
Arguably the best Captain America movie, because Civil War is actually an Avengers movie posing as a Captain America movie.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah. That is true.
And happy birthday this week to Freddie Prinze Jr.
Hey-o.
Actor Aaron Eckhart, who played Two-Face
Yep.
in Dark Knight. And
R.I.P.
also, yeah.
The character,
Also-
not
Wait,
the
he's
actor.
really dead?
No, the
No,
character,
no.
not the actor.
Yeah, he kind of fell pretty far.
Two-Face, gone too soon.
And the best, the roundhouse kicking man himself,
What?
Chuck Norris.
Whoa.
His birthday is this week. Happy birthday, Chuck
He
Norris.
just
How old
turned
is he now?
infinity, and won.
Yeah, he has no age
Yeah.
anymore. There's
Ageless.
It's just the infinity symbol.
Yep.
You know, I don't know how old Chuck Norris is. Let's find out real quick. Let's consult the Google machine. He is officially 80 years old. Well,
No way.
he'll actually be 80 years old, 81 years old on Wednesday.
Wow.
What?
81?
Yeah. Dude's been
I
around.
don't. What year is it?
Like,
What
dude,
year is
Think
it?
about it. Dude was in Enter the Dragon. Like, that was, like, what, 70s?
I don't want to
early
think about it.
70s?
He's still the dude that's gonna roundhouse. 81. Whoa.
Yep. Dude is the bomb.
Yeah, he is.
So, and that wraps up this week in movie history.
All right. Fantastic. So as we continue to collect our top 100 movies of all time, what would you gentlemen like to add to the list? Mark.
Decided to go animated this time.
All right.
Ooh, okay.
I like that. Let's hear it.
What I think is a Disney classic, The Lion King.
There you go.
The king has returned.
Yes. That's a good one. Hakuna Matata, my friend. Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata,
Or as
indeed.
they say in Brazil with the Portuguese version, Hatuna Matata.
Really?
That is correct.
It
Yep.
means no tuna.
For the rest,
the rest
of your days. If you find it in the couch, you'll lose your lunch.
Ugh.
Hatuna
Hopefully
Matata.
you're not finding
not a
tuna
sandwich I
in
want.
your couch.
How long has this been
What's that
here?
smell?
All right, Patrick.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm gonna stick on the Disney animated train,
There you
Oh,
go.
all right.
and I'm gonna say the OG Aladdin.
Nice.
Oh, all right. Very nice.
Call back to
Yourself.
our Disney episode. Not Aladdin was my #1 animated Disney movie of all time.
Nice, that's right. Well, I'm gonna stick with the Disney animated as well, but 3D animated, and do Frozen 2.
Whoa,
Okay.
Frozen 2.
Into the
on the top.
unknown. I didn't
Still
practice
have
that
not
one.
seen that.
That sounded just like
I know,
it.
right? I should have tried out.
You
Actually,
you a Dean
Samantha?
Denzel wannabe.
Samantha.
Oh man, yeah, Mark, you need to watch that. You watched the first one, right?
Yes, I've seen.
Yeah,
it.
this one blows
Yeah,
it out of the
second one's
water.
good.
The second one is.
I don't know if it blows it out of the water. It's just as good.
Do
It's
you
just as
do you
good.
even know what good storytelling is? Tell me. Tell me.
Do you?
Oh, I'm the Pixar apologist. Of course I do. Don't get me started.
Yeah, that's see.
You see, listen here. See, no, but seriously,
Do you secretly work for Pixar?
yeah, I get
I
paid each time I mention it. I get it like a
royalty?
kickback. Yeah, I get some royalty fees for mentioning it. No, but Frozen 2 is like, it's like this. It's just love.
It's like
and
$1 in the tip
sacrifice.
jar?
Yeah, every time I say Frozen 2, no, but Frozen 2 is the message, the music. It's amazing. Better than Frozen 1. Fight me. You can squint all you
Next
want.
time you're in the U.S.
We'll fight. No, we
feel
won't.
like
We'll
fighting.
hug. For like,
Yes.
I don't
Yeah,
care
all right.
what COVID says. I'm hugging you for like a minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
Plus.
Suck it, COVID. We're hugging.
That's right. In your face, Voldemort. Hug you to death.
Yeah.
All right. Fantastic. And then Ronnie will be so excited. I mean, he'll be ready to give 2 answers next week. So it's not like we're doing video games anymore.
Yeah.
So,
He'll be good.
all right. Well, Pat, Mark, and the spirit of Ronnie J, along with you, our beloved friends, family, and joiners, go get your good morning this week, and may God bless and guide your lives as you live, as you work, and as you game.